Okay, so regarding ACLs, only small thing has been added, like you can say time-based ACL has been added, and also IPv6 access list has been added. Okay, so if I go and if I give you the details about the access list, okay, so we are having two types of access list, named and numbered, correct? We have two types of access list, named access list and numbered access list. Then in that access list we have standard and extended ACLs. Okay, so we have seen this thing, access control list. What is access control list? Access control list is a set of rules which will allow or deny the specific traffic moving through the router. Okay, so these were some rules that we have configured in CCNA. Okay, it is a layer 3 security which controls the flow of data from one router to another. It is called as packet filtering firewall. It is also called as packet filtering firewall. So types of ACL, main types are named and numbered, and in named and numbered we have standard and extended. Okay, so what is named? Named means you can edit, you can perform editing. If you're using named access list, either it can be standard, either it can be extended. You can perform editing. We have seen this practical also. Numbered access list. Numbered access list editing is not performed. See, this is my numbered access list. Okay, so if I've given a permit statement, then after a permit statement, if I give a deny statement over here, okay, it will be not useful. It will not go to this statement. It will allow all the users. Okay, so if I see the difference between standard and extended, so standard is basically something deny source. Standard is source based ACL. Source based ACL. It only sees the source IP address. Okay. So you will say deny 1.2 to go to 2.0. Okay. Now if you give this statement in standard access list, it will deny all the type of services, all the type of traffic, whether it is FTP, HTTP, Telnet, SMTP, ping, trace, anything. It will deny all the traffics, all the services. But in extended, we have a feature that we can specify that we want a specific traffic to be denied. So in this example, deny 1.2 to reach 2. Network and deny FTP service and permit all. So it will just deny the FTP service for this host. Other services like HTTP, Telnet, ping, SMTP, traceroute will be permitted for this host. So this is something, the difference between uh, standard and extended access list. Okay, so if I give you the protocols are somewhat like this. The main is the IP protocol. Okay, inside IP is divided into three parts: TCP, UDP, and ICMP. Now TCP protocol, some of the TCP protocols are listed over here: HTTP, Telnet, FTP, SMTP. UDP are listed over here: DNS, TFTP, DHCP, NNTP. Now ICMP are something like ping, traceroute. These all are my ICMP traffic. These all are my ICMP traffic. Got it? Now these are my operators: equal to operators, not equal to operator, less than, greater than. Okay, so you can use this type of operators. Suppose if I want that I want to deny a specific traffic which is equal to HTTP, so I will write a statement: deny the host to go to the destination equal to 80 or HTTP equal to 80. Okay, 80 is HTTP. Telnet is 23, so I can give 23. Okay, FTP is 21. Okay, so like this I can perform the extended access list. Okay, extended access list. See the difference between standard and extended access list. The access list number range is of standard is from 1 to 190, 1 to 99. Access list of number range is extended access list range is 100 to 199. Standard access list can block a network, host, and subnet. Got it? We can allow, deny a network, host, subnet, and services. Services are added. Specific services. All services are blocked. Selected services can be blocked. Implemented closest to the destination, implemented closest to the source. Filtering is done based on only source IP address. Filtering is done based on source IP, destination IP, protocol, port number. Okay, so extended access list is specific for services, destination IP, protocol, port number, all the things. But whereas my standard access list does see the source IP address, nothing else. It will just verify the source IP address. Correct? Named access list. Access lists are identified using names rather than numbers. Names are case sensitive, no limitation of numbers here. Okay, you can create n number of named access list. One main advantage is editing of ACL is possible. That is, removing a specific statement from ACL is possible. Okay, you can remove a specific statement from the ACL. So if you people want, we can see small practicals for this access list. What do you say? Okay, so we will see some small practicals for access list. Okay, what I will do, I'll take some routers over here. Switch, switch, switch. Okay, then I will connect this switch. Okay. Okay, this is my configuration, this is my topology that I will use. Okay, the same thing that we have in our this image. So one dot network, two dot network, three dot network. Okay, so I will start all the nodes. I'll take the console of PC1. I'll give the IP address IP 192.168.1.1 255 255 255.0 190 192.168.1.100. Okay, I will take the console of this PC also. IP 192.168.1.2 255.255.255.0 192.168.1.100. Okay, I'll take the console of this router. Config terminal IP interface fast Ethernet 0/0 IP address 192.168.1.100 no shut exit interface serial 3/0 IP address 10.0.0.1 255.0.0.0 no shut. Okay, I will take the console of R2. Interface fast Ethernet 0/0 IP address 192.168.2.100 255.255.255.0 no shut exit interface serial 3/0 IP address 10.0.0.2 255.0.0.0 no shut interface serial 3/1 IP address 11.0.0.1 255.0.0.0 no shut. Okay, take the console of this router. Interface fast Ethernet 0/0 IP address 192.168.1 dot sorry 3.1 or 3.100 255.255.255.0 no shut interface serial 3/1 IP address 192 sorry 11.0.0.2 255.0.0.0 okay no shut. Then what I will do, I'll configure a routing protocol router EIGRP 100 for connectivity. Okay, I will say network 192.168.1.0 and 10 dot network. No auto summary. On R2, I'll say router EIGRP 100. I'll say network 192.168.2 dot network, network 10 dot network and 11 dot network. No auto summary. Okay, config terminal router EIGRP 100 and I'll say network 192.168.3 dot network and 11 dot network. No auto summary. Okay, so if I go and verify on router 1, show IP route, so I'm getting the routes to reach the 3 dot network, 2 dot network, and 11 dot network. Okay, so if I go, I have to configure the PCs also. So PC3 is on network IP 192.168.2.1, 255.255.255.0, 192.168.2.100, PC4 IP address, sorry, IP 192.168. 2.2, 255.255.255.0, 192.168, 2.100, PC5, IP 192.168, 3.1, 255.255.255.0, 192.168, 1.3.100. Okay, IP 192.168, 3.2, 255.255.255.0, 192.168, 3.100. Okay, I've configured all the PCs and the routers. Now I will be doing some tasks. Okay, so the task will be, so what I will do, uh, I will not do standard or extended. Okay, let me do standard and extended both, because in our outline we are having something. If you go in the outline, standard and extended ACLs, standard and extended ACLs. Okay, so our task is something the same that we have done in our CCNA. So what is the task? The task is deny the host 192.168.1.1 communicating with 192.168.2 dot network. 1.2 should not communicate with 2 dot network, and the whole 3 dot network should not communicate with. You can see 1.1 should not communicate with 2 dot network, 1.2 should not communicate with 2 dot network, and what whole 3 dot network should not communicate with 2 dot network. Remaining all the traffics can be permitted. So what will be the configuration? How we will configure? We'll create an access list. Okay, on which router we will create an access list? The destination on R2. On R2 we will create an access list. We'll say access list number is suppose 1, because I'm doing standard access list. Deny what? Deny specific host. Host, what is the host IP? 192.168.1.1. Okay, host, deny host. Okay, so this is the command deny host 192.168.1.1. Okay, then also 1.2. Got it? Also my 3 dot network, my whole network. Deny 192.168 3 dot network. What I have to do? I have to give the wildcard bits. What are the wildcard bits over here? 0.0.0.255. Okay. So I have created the access list. Now I have to implement the access list. So I have to go inside the interface. So what is the interface? Interface is, I have to implement it over here on fast Ethernet. Okay. I have to implement it over here. So I have to say interface fast Ethernet 0/0 IP access group 1. Then what will be the direction? What will be the direction? In or out?
Out,
Out.
right? Out on F0/0.
The direction will be out? Correct.
I think so.
Yes, the direction will be out because the traffic is moving out from the interface. The traffic is moving out from the interface. It is not coming inside to the router. Okay. So if I give show access list. See, I had three commands. Okay, I had three commands you can see over here. I have given three commands. The first one is 1.1 should be denied, 1.2 should be denied, and 3. Network should be denied. So what I will do to verify, I will take one more PC over here, 1.3, so that I can verify the things. Okay, now I will make this on and I will take the console of this. Okay, I will give the IP address IP 192.168.1.3 255.255.255.0 192.168.1.100. Got it? So what I told, this 1.1 and 1.2 will not communicate with 2. Network, and my whole this 2. Network will not communicate with 2. Network. This is 3. Network, this is 2. Network, and this is my 1. Network. But if my 1. PC 1.1 PC want to communicate with 3. Network, he should be able to communicate. Correct? So let me check. So over here, I cannot check the other details in the simulation. I can just check the ping commands. Ping 192.168.2.1. See what is saying me. Prohibited. You can see administratively prohibited. Communication administratively prohibited. Okay. It means we have configured any access list. If I go to 3.1, I will be able to reach 3.1. See, I can get reply from 3.1, but I cannot communicate with 2. Network. See, if I go to 2.2 also, I will be not able to communicate. Communication is been administratively prohibited. Got it? From PC 7, if I go to 2. Network, ping, I will be able to reach 1. Sorry, 2.1. Okay. See what I did. You also did not told me. I gave all the statement, but I didn't give the permit statement. I have not configured the permit statement. Access list 1 permit any. Show access list. Now it will be allowed. See, I am getting the reply from 2.1. If I go on PC 1 1.1 and if I ping, it is prohibited. It is still prohibited. It is still prohibited. So this is something standard access list. This is something standard access list. It will just see the source. It will not see the destination. It will see the source, and on the basis of source, it will forward the packet. Okay. And all the types of communication will be stopped. All the types of communication will be stopped. But in case of extended access list, what we can do, we can have specific services denied. We can deny only specific services. Okay, so we will see that thing also. We can deny specific services also in this. Okay, now extended access list, if I go and if I configure extended access list, so what I will do, I will remove this access list from here, R2. I'll say no access list 1. Okay, show access list. There is no access list. I'll go inside the interface and I will say no IP access group. Okay, I've removed all the things. Now I will try to ping. I should be able to ping. I'm getting the reply. Okay. Now what I will configure in such a way that my 1.1 should not ping this 2.1, and 1.2 should not ping 2.2. Okay, and 1.3 should not ping this whole network. Rest all the traffic should be the rest all the traffic should be allowed. Okay, so because in GNS3 we can only check these things, the ping command and the trace commands. Okay, so I cannot show you that all things. So where we have to configure, where we need to configure, on which router. See, if I configure over here on this interface, then what will be the issue?
Sorry, what was the question? I didn't get the question.
Where I have to configure, on which router I have to configure the extended access list.
For what traffic? Going to R2 and R3? Both?
Yes, from R1, this PC should not ping this PC.
Mm-hmm.
This PC should not ping this PC. And this
Mm-hmm.
PC should not ping this whole network.
R1 outside, R3 slash 0
R1,
going
this
outside.
interface.
Hmm?
Yes. So we can configure our R1's interface. We can say outside. On R1, we can say outside.
Outside or out, on out.
Sorry?
You can do in on out too.
Yes, I can do
Out,
in on
out.
R2 also.
So ideally, we should do on F0/0 R1 no, sir, because in
Yes.
case some other,
Closer to the source. That's
yeah,
the
ideally,
But in our
Two
scenario,
access list. No, then you need
sorry,
two access list. If you do it on
Tushar, come again.
If you do it on R2 and R3, then you need two access lists. You need two different access lists.
Oh.
So if I configure on over here, I need two access lists, you are saying.
No, one for 2 dot network, another one for 3 dot network. If you do it on R1, S3 outside, then you can configure it on one router.
So what is the difference between this and this interface? See, the traffic will be moving over here only, right? If I configure over here my outer interface, then the traffic will reach over here, and here I can configure it as in inside interface. See, Tushar, if I configure here in inside direction, what will be the issue? Suppose my traffic is coming from 1.1 and it reached over here. Now the packet came over here, and the packet is seeing that the source IP is 1.1. Okay, the destination IP is, what is the destination IP? 2.1. So it will see the destination IP and it will drop over here. But if the destination IP will be 2.2, then it will allow the traffic to move. See, I am configuring extended access list, which sees the source and the destination both.
Okay.
Which sees the source and the destination both. Okay.
Sir, but ideally we should configure on in interface of F0/0, no, sir, because if NAT is configured or if R1 has some other interface, so ideally external ACL should be closest to the source, no, sir.
Yes. So ideally it should be configured over here only. But in our scenario, I am saying we can configure over here also, because if you are having a small network like this, okay, and all the routers are connected, and this is my end router, this is my end device, you can say end router. Okay, so I
Yes, sir,
can,
but it won't be scalable.
yes, it won't be scalable in this scenario. I cannot
Okay,
connect
sir.
any other router in this. If I configure access list on this interface, I cannot connect over here any of the routers. Okay, so I will configure it on R1's F0/0 interface only. So what was my access list I have to use? Then it is asking me deny what, deny what, ICMP,
ICMP.
source address 192.168. So what I will give, either I can write like this 168.1.1. Then it is asking me destination. Either I can write in this way 2.1 0.0.0.0. Okay, I can write it in both the ways. If I am having the host, I can specify host, and I can just give the host IP address. Or if I don't want to write the host command, I can write this host IP address and the wildcard bits for specific host. Now my next command will be what? Next command will be echo, 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 ping. I want ping. I want ping to be stopped. So echo. What is my next command? Echo. Got it? Now I want also that 2.2 should not ping 3.2. Okay, sorry. No, no 2.3. Okay. Then the third thing I want that my 1.3 should not ping 192.168.3 dot network 0.0.0.255 echo. I've configured the access list. I will say access
So
list
permit any.
101 permit IP any. Okay, show access list. I've configured two commands, so it is my third command. Okay, I've removed the third command previously. So this is the disadvantage. See, in the access numbered access list, if I remove one command, my whole access list will be removed. Okay, in the numbered access list. So what I did over here, I created an access list for 1.1, but I made a mistake, and what I did, I said no access list over here. Okay, so it removed the whole access list 101 and it created another access list. See over here. Got it? So now I will implement it interface fast ethernet 0/0. I will say IP access group 101 and the direction will be in. Direction will be in. Now ping 192.168.1.1. It should ping. I'm getting the reply. If I go and ping from here, if I ping 1.2.2, see, communication is administratively prohibited because I have configured the access list. I have configured the access list. But if I go and if I ping 3.1, it will be reachable. See, I'm getting the reply. I'm getting the reply. If I go on R1 and if I see show access list, see matches are found over here. 15 matches for this first command. I got 15 matches, and this last command I got 5 matches. Now if I go on 7 and if I say ping 192.168.3.1 prohibited, if I go and if I see show access list, 15 matches are being found for this command also. But if I go and if I ping 2.1, I will be able to ping 2.1. See, I'm getting reply from 2.1. Okay, on R1 I can see show access list 10 matches found. Okay, understood. So this is my standard and extended access list. Now I can have this standard and extended access list as named and numbered also. I have seen the named access list, numbered access list. Now what I will see the numbered named access list. So what I will do, I will remove this access list from here. So you have to just give one command. No, the access list will be removed automatically. No. Okay, the access list has been removed. See, show access list. There is no access list now. Now, if I want to configure named access list, then what I have to do? Standard named access list with the same rule. Whatever we have configured over here, with the same rule, I will configure standard named access list. Okay, so I have given the IP addressing. I will configure standard named access list. So what I have to do, I have to go on R2 and I have to say IP access list, IP access list, and I have to say standard. Then I have to give any name. Suppose I give CCNP. Okay, I came inside this named access list. Okay, now I can give the rules over here. So what was the first rule? Deny 1.1. So I can give deny host 192.168.1.1, deny 192.168.1.2, 0.0.0.0. Correct? And the last one, deny 192.168.3.0, 0.0.0.255. Okay, I have configured 3 rules. Now I will implement it fast ethernet 0/0 IP access group out, show access list. See, I am having a standard IP access list named as CCNP. Then I am having this 3 commands. Okay. Now, so I will
Again,
ping.
permit.
Sorry. Sorry, I have not given the permit statement again. I always forget the permit statement, which is not good. Permit any. Show access list. Okay. Permit any. Show access list. Now, what I can do, I can check the ping commands. Ping 2.1 down, down, prohibited. 3.1 will be allowed. I will get the reply from 3.1. I'm getting the reply from 3.1. Okay. So the same thing we have done, standard access list, but using what? Using named access list. Okay. Using named access list. Any doubt? Hello.
No, sir.
Okay. So what we can do over here, I can go on R2. I have these access list. What I can do, sorry. Okay. I will say no 10. Show access list. See, my 10 has been removed. I can remove particular command, particular thing. Just have to say no 10, the sequence number. I've removed the first statement. I've removed the first statement. I can do it in the named access list. I can do this thing only in the named access list. Okay, understood? Or what I can do, I can add some command. I can add one more command. If I want to add some command, how I can do? I can give a command. I can say I will add between 20 and 30. I will say 22 deny 192.168 1 dot, sorry, yeah, 1.1 0.0.0.0. See, if I go and verify access list, my 22 has been added over here. My 22 has been added over here. Got it?
Sir,
Yes.
we can't do this in this number, right?
No, we cannot do this thing in numbered access list.
Thanks.
Editing can be performed in named access list only. So if I have shown you when I was doing no command, when I was giving no command in numbered access list, it was removing the whole access list. But over
Yes,
here we
that's why
can
I'm asking.
specify the numbers. We can specify the numbers.
So shouldn't 22 be below 20 sequence, right?
See, the
Or
sequence is over
is it should?
this IP address.
Okay,
It
okay,
is looking for the IP address first. If I give over here
okay, got it, got it.
no 22 and if I give over here 1.3, so it should come below this thing, but why it is coming over here? I think so in this GNS it is giving me the newly created as the up.
First, because
Yes,
usually access list sequence, right?
yes, yes,
One
yes, yes.
like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
It should come over here only between 22, between 20 and 30. It should come between 20 and 30 only. So might be this is due to this GNS3 issue, because we have seen in our packet tracer in our CCNA labs whenever we added any command, it was coming below this thing. Okay, so I don't know what is the issue. Might be this is some GNS3 issue. So now what I will do, I will remove this access list. Show access list. I have removed the access list. Okay. Config terminal. Interface. Okay. The same thing I can do in extended access list, extended named access list or numbered access, named access list. So where I have to give now command, I have to give on R1. I will say IP access list. What is the command now? IP access list. What will be the command? Extended CCNP. I am inside the extended access list. I will say deny what? Deny ICMP. Source address 192.168.1.1 0.0.0.0. Destination address host 192.168.2.1. Then what? Echo reply and echo response. So what I will do, I will give both the things, or I can give only one. I will give echo. Okay, I've configured this thing. Now I will configure another command. 1.2 should not ping 2.2 echo, and 1.3 should not ping 3.network. Correct? Permit IP any. Show access list. You have configured the access list over here. 3 commands. I have to implement it on the interface. Interface first is at 0/0. I have to say IP access group. What is the access group? CCNP. Out. Show access list. Okay. Extended IP access list named CCNP. If I try to ping from here 3.1, I should be able to ping. I'm able to ping. If I try to ping 2.1, I should not be able to ping. Okay, I think so. This is wrong. It should be in IP access group. CCNP in. Show access list. Okay. See, communication is prohibited. Communication is prohibited, but if I go and ping 2.2, I should be able to ping 2.2. I am able to ping 2.2. Also, I should be able to ping 3.network. I am able to ping 3.network as well. Okay. So if I want to remove any command from here, I have to just give, if I want to add any command, what I can do, I will add one more command. I will say I will say 15 deny 192, sorry, deny IP host 192.168.1.3, destination host will be 192.168.3.1, echo.
Why the number in front? Do you have to put the number? Or is
Sorry,
it?
Dade?
I say why the 15?
I will tell you why I put
Can't I
15.
just
See, now if I verify over here, see, if I want to add some statement in between any statement, I want that I should be able to run this statement in between these two statements. So I will give a sequence number like this, 15, then deny this
okay?
host also. This I cannot do in numbered access list.
Okay.
This I cannot do in numbered access list because numbered access list works in sequence. If I add any statement after the permit, after giving permit statement, it will come below the permit statement in numbered access list.
Okay. Okay.
But in named access list, I have a
Oh,
feature I can do this thing.
oh, all right. All right.
I can
So
perform
so
editing.
so so that so that after the permit any if you add in that what they call it in the numbered
Yes.
access list, it will not take that command.
It
It
will
would
take
it
that
would
command. It will show me the command over here.
it will take
But
it, but it will not.
yes,
Useless.
it is useless. It will be
Yeah.
useless. It will not run
Yes,
that
sir.
command. Because what I am saying, permit all, and then I'm saying that deny this. So there is of no use. I already said that permit all. So
Yeah.
if I
Okay.
want to add any statement in between these deny statements, then I have to use named access list. See, I have added this say statement in between.
Okay.
Understood?
Yes.
Any doubt? So this was a short revision about the access list, what we have studied previously. Now, the new thing that we will be studying is time-based access list. What we will be studying? Time-based access list. Has anyone studied about this thing previously? Anyone knows anything about this thing?
No, maybe you can mention for how much time that access list will be active for. I don't
Yes,
know.
yes. So allows you to restrict, or allow. Arjun has left the meeting. Okay, if he messages in the group, just let me know. Okay, allows you to restrict or allow resources based on time periods, and you can say time periods and day. Time periods and day. So I can configure the access list if suppose I want that my employees should get the access in specific time of they should get the telnet access from specific time from 9 to 5 only. If anyone try to access telnet after 5 p.m. they should not get the access. Okay, so I can create an time-based access list and I can do this thing. I can do this thing. Got it? Got it? I can do multiple things. I just gave you an example of time-based access list. Now we have something we can say the time range relies on the router system clock. Okay, so whatever the clock is set on the router, it will be relied on that clock. Okay, the access list. Got it? So time-based access list is something you can configure an access list on time basis. Okay, so if I want my specific user to should not get, so I can do some things like this also. So suppose I have some clients in my company for some 20 or 30 days. Okay, so what I can do, I can select that the client should get access for the resources between Jan 1 to January 31st. Okay, and in between 9 to 5 only. They should get the resources on this specific day and time, date and time between Jan 1 till Jan 31, and also between 9 to 5. They should get access between 9 to 5 only. And after 31st of Jan, they should not get the access. So I can use this time-based access list to perform these tasks. So I will give you some task, we'll configure some task over here. The first task is, let me say, my first task will be allow telnet from Jan 1 to Jan 10, 2020 on all weekdays. On all weekdays, okay, between you can say 9 to 5. 9 to 5. Okay, between 9 to 5. Got it? Between 9 to 5. Okay, so this is my task and I will go on this topology. I have already configured EIP, so there is no issue. I was be having the access list configured. So what I will do, I will remove the access list, config T interface. What I can do, no, and I can say interface show access list. There is no access list configured. Okay, now I will configure such thing that my R1 will take telnet of R3. Okay, and I will see that I will access the this thing for telnet line VTY 0 and 4. I will say password is Cisco and at the time of login. Okay, so show run. So I've configured the telnet. So what I will do, show clock. I'll see the clock. The time is over here, Friday, March 1, 2002. Okay, over here, show clock. Same time is there on all the routers. So what I will do, I will try to telnet 192.168 3.100. I got the access. Got it. Now I will restrict the telnet access, or what I will do, I will give the telnet access, but on specific time only, on specific times only. So what I will do, I will configure on R2 an access list. I will configure on R2. The command is time range, and I will give any name to the time range. I will give weekdays. You can say I will give weekdays. Time range is weekdays. I came inside the time range. Okay. Now I will come outside. I will say what is the command? Just a second. I've configured this command. Then I have to give absolute and periodic. I give 2 times absolute and periodic. Okay, so what I will do, I will give absolute start. It is asking me for the start time. The start time is 0900. Then it is asking me for the day of the month. Day, then month, Jan. Then it is asking me year, 2002. See, I am giving 2002 because the clocks are configured as 2002. Okay. Then it is giving me end time 0500. Okay. 1700.
Fast, right, Jan? Since it is
I
May
have to
or
give
something.
the end command, then I have to give the time 0500. Then day of the month, I have configured 10th Jan 2002. Okay, I've completed my command. Now I have to go on my other router R3. So I've made a mistake, I think so. Will be no absolute start. I want R1 should take the telnet of R3, correct? So now I will create an access list on R2. access list, I will say 102 permit IP, or I can say TCP ICMP permit TCP any equal to 23 is my telnet. Then it is asking me specify time range. So my time range is weekdays. Okay, I've created one access list. Permit TCP any that is equal to, that is coming for telnet, and use the time range weekdays. Use the time range weekdays. And I will say access list 102 permit IP any permit IP any, or I can say permit EIGRP any permit EIGRP any. It will specify the EIGRP packets also. It will specify the EIGRP packets also. Now I will implement on interface. Which interface I have to implement? Three by one, serial 3x1. I have to say IP access group 102 and out. Show access list. Show access list. See, this is my access list, extended access list. Got it? Now I will create that thing. Okay. Now I can see it show time range. So if I give this command, my time range is inactive. You can see it is inactive. January 2002. Okay. Used in IP ACL entry. Now how I can verify? How I can verify?
You can change times.
See, it is unreachable or host is down. Why? Because if I see the time is Friday, March 1, 2002. If I want to give the access, what I have to do? I have to set the clock set. I have to give the time as 090000, month of the day 2nd of Jan 2002. Okay, the same command I will give on all the routers. Show clock Wednesday Jan 2 2002. Show clock Wednesday Jan 2 2002. Now if I try to do telnet, see, I got the telnet access. I got the access now. Understood how the time based ACL works?
Sir, since configuration of time range is separate. Is there any other use for it apart from timed ACLs?
See, time range should be same. See,
No,
in a
sir.
network, we will
Using
be
time
using it.
range, can we configure
Sorry,
using time range? Can we configure some anything else apart from ACLs? Like,
like what?
is there any other timed uh, functionalities that we can use?
Using time range.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if I go over here and if I see time range, okay, I gave a command and I will give some name EEE. I can do absolute time. Okay, I can select any time. Suppose I give absolute time, start and end time. Okay, I gave any time. First Jan 2002, then end 22 to 22, second Jan 2002. Okay.
Um, I just asked
Yeah,
because
your question, I
route
got
map.
it. Your question. Your question is
Uh,
whether we can use this thing uh, outside any ACL, the time range command.
yes, sir.
Correct? The
Yes.
time range thing we can use outside any ACL or something. So we can use the time range in the NTP servers also. Okay. Also, we can use for IPv6 also.
Oh, IPv6 ACLs.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Got it?
Yes.
Now see in time based what you can do. Suppose I want that some traffic should be denied for the users from Monday to Friday. From Monday to Friday, this my PC1 should not get FTP services. It should not get FTP services. Okay, so I can deny this user to get FTP services for time being from Monday to Friday between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, I can do multiple things using time based ACLs.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now, in access list, we have IPv6 access list also. We have access list for IPv6. So we will see the IPv6 access list also. IPv6 access list is same as our IPv4 access list. Some commands are different. I will give you the commands. So we will see the theory part compared to IPv6, IPv4. What is the difference between IPv6? IPv6 versus IPv4. Okay, what is the difference between IPv6 and IPv4 ACLs? Okay, IPv6 supports only named extended ACL. It supports only named extended ACLs. Okay, IPv6 ACL are applied to interfaces using command IPv6 traffic filter. So in IPv4 we used to give IP access group command, but over here when we want to implement we have to give this command IPv6 filter traffic filter, IPv6 traffic filter. Okay, then what is the difference? IPv6 ACL are applied to lines using the command IPv6 access class. Okay, this is the command we are using to configure the access list. Okay, so we will see a practical on this. So let me check if I'm having okay, I'm having 3 routers. Let me check if there is any configuration in it. Show IPv6 interface brief. So I'm having the IP address configured. Show run IPv6 is configured. Any other command is there? Routing protocol is also configured. So okay, so ping. I will check the connectivity whether I can ping. Ping FC00 33 colon 33 colon 33 colon 3. IP route, I have given the statement over here why it is not pinging. So what I will do, I will remove the configuration. Okay, show run. There is nothing configured. Okay, now I will go on R2. I'll see show run. Okay, show run. Okay, I have the IP address configured. Now I will configure the access list. Okay, I will configure first OSPF so that my this thing will be there. Connectivity, show IP interface brief. There is no IP address configured. I will say interface config terminal interface loopback 0 IP address 1.1.1.1. Not create loopbacks. Uh, Let me do like this, router OSPF1. I'll say router ID is 1.1.1.1. Okay, I will say exit interface serial 3/0. I'll say IPv6 OSPF1 area 0. Okay, exit interface fast ethernet 0/0. I will say IPv6 OSPF1 and area 0. Okay, Now the same thing I will do over here. I will say router OSPF1. I will say router ID is 2.2.2.2. I'll exit. I'll say interface serial 3/0. I'll say IPv6 OSPF 1 area 0. I'll say interface fast ethernet 0/0 IPv6 OSPF 1 area 0. I'll say I interface serial 3/1 IP address IPv6 OSPF area OSPF 1 area 0. Show IPv6 OSPF neighbor. Inactive, please configure the router ID. Configure terminal interface loopback 0 IP address 1.1 sorry 2.2.2.2 255.255.255. Okay, interface loopback 0 IPv6 address 1.1.1.1
The subnet mask
32. I am giving the mask as 32, so it did not put the mask.
in R2, the subnet mask is not correct. Yeah, but in R2, yeah, I didn't take the mask.
It is giving me bad mask. Okay,
The first that is 252 instead of 255.
now I was
It
giving
should be 255,
IPv6
255,
address.
but 252.
I was giving IPv6 address. Okay, show
Yeah,
IPv6
for
OSPF neighbors. Still it
the
is not showing neighbor.
what I'm saying is
Yes,
what I'm saying is
I cannot hear you.
if you look at the R2 configuration,
R2 I have
the R2
configured.
configuration,
Okay, I will advertise this
the
also.
router ID, yeah, okay, all right.
I will say router OSPF 1. I will say network 2 dot network. This is what you are saying, Dade, right?
No, if you already resolved it, I think my internet is slow, so
So the neighborship should come up.
Router ID. We configure router ID, right?
Yes. Show run. Router ID is 2.2.2.2. Okay, let's see it tomorrow.